The next topic we are going to learn health. As I said already, Tamil Nadu has 3-tier health infrastructure contained with hospitals, primary health centers, health units and community health centers and also sub-centers. We all know government Rajaji hospital which is situated near our school, isn't it? Near Goripalli. So that is called a district hospital. So each and every district has a hospital. So in Tamil Nadu, the 34 district hospitals are there. There are 34 district hospitals and also 229 subdivisional hospitals. Area wise, division wise, southern division, west division, north division. So division wise we have hospitals, that is 229. Primary health centers, even in the villages, in the remote areas, the government started primary health centers where we have only the facility of first aid, and also yesterday they have given the polio drops and other things, isn't it? So in such things were happened, the things were done in the primary health centers, which is usually situated in the villages, the remote areas and other things. And also we have sub-centers and community health centers. So various categories we have different type of hospitals. The district hospitals has all the facilities like scanning, X-ray and other things. Compared with district hospitals, the divisional hospitals have less facilities, and if you compare the divisional, the primary health centers have only few equipments with them. So only the first aid can be given in the primary health centers. Then they will transfer the patient to the either the district hospital or to the divisions. So 3-tier infrastructures are there in the health division. Everything is run by the government of Tamil Nadu, and also we have the, so many private hospitals. So those things will not be included in the economic. While we are studying about the Tamil Nadu economy, we are studying only about the things which are done by the government of Tamil Nadu. And if you see the communication, Maharashtra has the largest or the highest number of internet subscribers, as it is as Maharashtra, Mumbai is the city of many business and more population. The highest number of subscribers are there in the telecommunication area, and there are 29.47 million subscribers are there in Maharashtra, and Tamil Nadu gets the second place. Maharashtra is the first place which has the highest number of subscribers, followed by Tamil Nadu, and then Andhra Pradesh, and finally Karnataka. Altogether, India has 342.65 million internet subscribers. We, the past 10 months, each and everyone, we are also using the internet, isn't it? We are barely depend upon net connection for our studies. So now it has been increased. This is the data given for the year 2016. But if you compare 2020 and 21, it may be triple or 5 or 4 times greater than the given data. Surely it has been increased. But in the year 2016, it was about 342.65 million subscribers, internet subscribers, users are there. And if you calculate Tamil Nadu, 28.01% of subscribers of internet connections. And the next one, we are going to see transport. The next one is transport. Tamil Nadu has a well-established transportation system. As I introduced already, we have 4 types of transportation: roadways, railways, waterways, that is ports, and also airways. And this is state is responsible for the investment, and also they are served an extensive road network in terms of quality and providing links between the urban areas and agricultural marketplaces and rural habitations in the countryside. And if you see the roadways, there are 28 national highways in the state. While you are moving towards Chennai, you can see NH7, NH45. So those are all, NH refers to national highways which are maintained by the central government of India. So Tamil Nadu has 28 national highways, that is NH roads, and which covers the distance of 5036 kilometers. And if you take the total length of the state, total road length, it is 1,67,000 kilometers. And among this 1,60,000 kilometers, 60,628 kilometers roads are maintained by the National Highway Department. So the total length of the road in the state, Tamil Nadu state, is 1,67,000 kilometers. In this, 60,628 kilometers roads are maintained by the National Highway Department. Those are all NH roads, National Highway roads. So those roads are maintained by the central government of India. While you are moving towards Chennai or Tirunelveli, we are using the ring road, isn't it? Bypass. So those roads are maintained by the National Highway. While you are crossing the toll gates, you can see they have the board with National Highway Department toll gate, and the particular ஊர் பேர் போட்டு அதனுடைய toll gate போட்டுப்பாங்க. So such lengthy roads and are maintained by the National Highway Department, that is central government of India. And Tamil Nadu ranks a second with a share of 20% in the road project. And the next one is railways. We all know about the Southern Railway, isn't it? Which has the headquarters at Chennai. So Southern Railway headquarters is situated at Chennai. And if you see the same way road length, the same way the track length of Tamil Nadu is 6,693 kilometers. So the entire railway system is maintained by the central government of India. On the other hand, if you see the roadways, few part is maintained by the central government, and the remaining length of the roads are the urban areas which are connecting the urban areas, remote areas, rural areas. So those roads are maintained by the corporation or by the state government. But unlike the roadways, the entire railway system is controlled by the central government of India. It is only under the control of government of India. And we are also have well developed rail network. Nowadays it has been increased in metro trains, fly trains. So many railway ministers is announcing various different kind of railway system in the recent years. So the past decade we have been increased in the railway system. Automatic doors are there, metro rail system, the fastest moving train, and flying trains are there available at Chennai. So many facilities, infrastructure has been increased. So many facilities are available in the Southern Railway. And if you see the railway track, 6,693 kilometers, and 690 railway stations are there in Tamil Nadu. Junctions, we have very big junctions like Chennai, Tiruchi, Madurai, Tirunelveli. So those are all junctions, main point, main cities. District headquarters are junctions, and we are also having small stations, even a small stations. The passenger trains are stopped even at the small stations. So we have 690 railway stations in the state. And the first underground metro rails, which was operated in the year 2017 May. And the next one is airways. Tamil Nadu, we have 4 major international airports, that is namely Chennai, Madurai, Tiruchirappalli and Coimbatore. And the Chennai International Airport is third largest airport in India after Mumbai and Delhi. So Mumbai Airport is the largest airport in India. Second rank goes to Delhi Airport. The third place goes to our Chennai Airport. The Chennai International Airport is the third largest airport in India. And V4 are international airports. Both domestic and international flights are landing and also take off from these 4 airports. And also we have some domestic airports. Tuticorin, Salem, in those places we have airports. So from there only the flights which can move within India, within the geographical boundary of India, those flights can land off and take off from this domestic airports, which is situated in Tuticorin and also in Salem. And the next one is ports, waterways, that we are talking about the port and the seaport. So 3 major seaports are in Tamil Nadu, that is Chennai, Ennur and Tuticorin. And moreover 23 minor ports are also there in Tamil Nadu. And in the ports yearly 73 million metric tons cargo are annually moving from these 3 ports. So every year through ports they are moving there, they are exporting different kinds of goods. So the exports were done in the level of 73 million metric tons every year. They are moving through the ports. And also Chennai harbour, the port is an artificial harbour and the second main port in the country for handling containers. So while they are carrying the things through ships, through containers, very containers பார்த்திருப்பீங்கன்னு நினைக்கிறேன். பெரிய ஸ்டீல் இருக்கும், அயன் அண்ட் ஸ்டீலில் அயனில் இருக்கும், பெருசாக கண்டெய்னர்ஸ் இருக்கும். அந்த கண்டெய்னர்ஸ்குள்ளே தான் they used to store the things from one place and they will carry through ships. And it is Chennai is an artificial harbour, அது உருவாக்கப்பட்டது. Tuticorinலாம் ordinary, it's a natural harbour, but Chennai harbour is an artificial which was created. So to land the ships and other things. And the next one we are going to see tourism and development. What is meant by tourism? That attracting the visitors to see the state and various sightseeing places and other things. So Tamil Nadu is attracting many foreign tourists and also the domestic visitors. The TTDC, that is Tamil Nadu Tourism and Development Corporation, they are doing a very good job to attract the foreign visitors to our country. In every district quarters, we have Tourism and Development Corporation. Tamil Nadu also has that, Tamil Nadu Tourism and Development Corporation. If you know that in Madurai, it is situated near to the fire station, Periyar bus stand. A fire station is there, isn't it? So near that fire station, Tamil Nadu Tourism and Development Corporation office is situated there, administrative office is situated there. What is their work? What they are doing? If any foreign visitors or tourists need help for visiting the places in and around Madurai, the people of this corporation, they help them. Every day a bus, Tourism and Development Corporation bus, Tamil Nadu TTDC bus is operating for the local sightseeing in and around Madurai. So if a person approach them, they will guide them to see the places, famous places in and around Madurai. The same way, every district headquarter has a TTDC administrative office. So there they will help the visitors to see the places. And I don't know if you know that the last month we grandly celebrated Pongal, which is the Alanganallur Jallikattu, which is very famous. So that is the duty of TTDC to take the foreigners to see that particular event. So if any foreign visitors, foreigners, if they approach them, they will take them by themselves or by their own vehicle to see the event, and after that event completion, they will bring back them to the district headquarters. வெளியூர்லேருந்து வராங்க அப்படின்னா நம்ம ஊரில் அலங்காநல்லூர் ஜல்லிக்கட்டு ரொம்ப ஃபேமஸ். ஸோ இந்த ஜான்வரி மந்தில் ஏதோ ஃபாரினர்ஸ் வந்திருந்தாங்கன்னா தே ஹாவ் டு அப்ரோச் த டூரிசம் அண்ட் டெவலப்மெண்ட் கார்பரேஷன் அப்ரோச் பண்ணாங்கன்னா they enroll their name. There is a particular separate places allotted for the foreign tourists to see the event. ஜல்லிக்கட்டு பார்க்கறதுக்குனே அங்கே என்ன செய்கிறாங்க, ஒரு இடம் அலாட் பண்ணுறாங்க. While I don't know whether you know that or not, during the Chitrai festival, கார் ஃபெஸ்டிவல், தேரோட்டம் நடக்கும் இல்லையா, வடக்கு மாசி வீதி மேல மாசி வீதி கார்னரில் என்ன செஞ்சுருப்பாங்க, they built temporary gallery போட்டிருப்பாங்க. So one that is meant for the foreign tourists to see the car festival event. தேரோட்டத்தை பார்க்குறதுக்காக from tourism and development corporationலேருந்து என்ன செய்வாங்க, they will carry the people. இவங்க எங்கள் ஊர் திருவிழா பார்க்குறதுக்கு வாங்க, வந்திருந்து அப்ரோச் பண்ணாங்கன்னா அவங்கள கூட்டிகிட்டு வந்து காமிச்சிட்டு கூட்டிகிட்டு போகும். ஸோ டூரிசம் to encourage, to attract the visitors, to attract the foreign visitors, the tourism and development corporations are doing such things. And if you compare in the Indian level, the annual growth rate is of visitors of Tamil Nadu is 25 crore every year. In this, 28 lakh foreigners are coming and 11 crore domestic visitors. What do you mean by domestic visitors? People from the various part of India. They are also coming to Tamil Nadu. இப்போ டெல்லியிலேருந்து, மகாராஷ்டிராலேருந்து, மும்பை, புனேலேருந்து, உஜ்ஜைன்லேருந்து, மத்திய பிரதேஷ்லேருந்து, ஸோ தே ஆர் விசிட்டிங் தமிழ்நாடு, isn't it? ஃபார் தேர் நம்மளுடைய கோவில்களை பார்க்குறதுக்காக, நம்மளுடைய ஃபெஸ்டிவல்ஸ் பார்க்குறதுக்காக the people they are coming. மதுரை மீனாட்சி கோயிலில் நிறைய பேர் பார்த்துருவோம் இல்லையாடா, டொமஸ்டிக் விசிட்டர்ஸ் நம்ம குஜராத்லேருந்து, ராஜஸ்தான்லேருந்து, டெல்லியிலேருந்து வருவாங்க. ஸோ 11 கோடி டொமஸ்டிக் விசிட்டர்ஸ் எவ்ரி இயர் தே ஆர் கம்மிங் டு தமிழ்நாடு. இந்த சேம் வே 28 lakh foreigners are also coming. And the next topic is unemployment and poverty. So India stood the 22nd place in the unemployment problem. That is 42 persons are unemployed for every 1,000 persons. So almost we are satisfying the needs of the people, I think so. While we studied about the education, I told you that 59 universities and 517 engineering colleges are there. Every year 4 lakh of passed out students are coming out, isn't it? So based on their passed out, they have to provide the employment opportunity. So the recent years, Tamil Nadu has been considered to be the fastest growing state, and also it is very keen into eradicating the poverty. Various schemes are implemented by the government of Tamil Nadu to eradicate poverty. As we studied, self-help group, self-employment scheme, 100 days working scheme. So many schemes are implemented by the government to eradicate poverty. So though Tamil Nadu has only limited amount of resources, we have a good record in the agricultural, industrial and the infrastructural development. And also there are so many micro, small, medium industries are there, and we have a very good record in the poverty alleviation program, that is வறுமை ஒழிப்பு திட்டத்துக்காக நம்ம நிறைய schemes. So if you see India in general, Tamil Nadu is particularly need to work to more eliminate female foeticide and reduce the population living in slums, sleeping on roadsides and beggars and rag pickers. So these things only we have to give concentration. Almost we are very good at agricultural, industrial and the infrastructural development. So with this we come to the end of this lesson. Almost all the chapters are over. Start revising, girls. Don't waste the time. Thank you, girls.